trying to feel like you've got a big jug, you can just go for it. Ooh. Perfect. I think I'm just going to come back. I think that last one especially, when you pulled up, I don't know how much rope you used to the top.
Cape Legrand. It's beautiful. It's a lovely place to stay. The climbing's good. Climbing's very good. It's slab climbing and face climbing generally. There's a few cracks.
Young Steve, you are going to like that one.
The rock's generally good. There's some crumbly bits.
My first experience, first lead, big hole broke off in my hand. That was close. Yeah, rock quality can be a bit variable. There's a lot of crystalline stuff which you're not confident on because it just looks very fragile, and sometimes you're putting your feet on it and you can just hear it crumbling under your foot. He gets his flake, and the flake's really laid backy on smeary feet, and then you've got a wide crack, but you can't use both at the same time, so you've either got to decide to jam the wide crack, which is kind of weird because you've got to do it that way, or you've got to lay back the flake and just hope the smears for your feet aren't going to fall.
Yeah, on the right hand side, just with the knuckles and pads there, but no, most of it was layback and pushing off that flat slab. It was actually really nice. It'd be worth travelling back for. Yeah, the quality of the roots, particularly around that kangaroo rock area, all those roots are just beautiful. Long, fun, engaging climbing, sort of a lot of beautiful movement from left to right. It's really nice. I've really enjoyed it over there. South coast, you know, Esperance area, the the white sand, the beautiful clear turquoise of the water, the green of the shrubbery, and the orangey brown of the rocks. The landscape is just so beautiful. So just being up here, you know, in high places and seeing that view is worth the visit alone. The bird song in the morning when we wake up, just before sun up, the bird song is just beautiful. It's phenomenal. What else have we seen? We've seen a big bush cockroach with an orange bum at the bottom of the crag. We've seen a really big beetle, look like a weevil.
On clouds instead of the concrete I'm dancing through. Everything's about to come my way. Nothing can ruin my day. No matter what anyone does or say, I smile at fools. No, I don't care 'cause I am
This green caterpillar with like an alien head with little pinky orange appendages and kind of spiky like feet out to the side. That was unreal. Another little caterpillar today that looked like lichen, but the diversity here is magnificent. Like just on the little 6-minute walk that we do to the crag, we're just seeing different species scattered throughout the walk. You see little pockets where you just start seeing this beautiful red flower, and then you sort of walk a few metres further and you see these pockets of this beautiful pink, and then just shooting up through the middle is this little purple flower.
I won't slow down. Yeah, I am on my way.
A lot of classic southwest WA plant species, but a lot of them are dwarfed. So I guess like nutrient poor soils, but also just the constant battering of the coastal salty wind, and so you get these species that they get really dwarfed and just hide amongst the other plants. So you see these little banksias, little casuarinas, little eucalypts, and we even saw what looked like the nutsia, the Australian Christmas tree today, and they're all just small, or they're kind of curved over from being windblown.
I know what it's like when nothing goes your way, so I'm gonna let myself enjoy the fruit from this lucky day.
We've seen lizards, seen little Napoleon skinks, king skinks, lots of those little, I think they're stenotus, they're another little skink. They've got these beautiful long kind of white stripes down the side of their body.
Slow down.
Howsie probably had the better leads than me. I think some of the climbs he did were more sustained and better quality. Definitely liked the Shane Richardson route he did, which isn't named. It was supposed to be on jugs all the way up, and it wasn't jugs, but there was always holes on it. But yeah, that one was really nice and sustained and just kept flowing. Really good quality that was. Geez, met him at the PCYC when I first came to WA, I think, so it'd be about 13 years, that's my guess.
I've been climbing for maybe 12, 13 years.
Yeah, he was climbing with his brother Mikey, and then Dazza, and somebody else who I forget his name, who moved over east. The four of them used to come in, and then we started going out together. We've climbed all over though. We've done small boulders up around Perth. We've been Peak Charles and done the big 200, 300 metre routes. So we've done a lot of climbing together in every situation. Yeah, he's very adaptable. He can go from hard sport climbing and then move over to the big mountaineering type routes, which are run out and sketchy rock and all that kind of stuff, and still stays composed.
And then we moved back to the southwest, and that's when we met you guys, and did our time at PCYC.
You know that when you're climbing with him, you can have confidence. He's not erratic. It looks like he takes risks because he can run things out, and some of the stuff he leads just looks super thin and scary, but he just kind of sits there very composed. I've never seen him get rattled on the route, which is nice.
The rest is history. We've been exploring some new crags over the last few years. It sort of became a bit of a goal of mine to try and at least once a year get out to a new WA crag. So this is our first time here. It's such a long drive, it's sort of logistically it just sort of makes it one of those ones that you keep pushing off because you need a good chunk of time. There's a lot of driving, so yeah.
Good fun. Now I know what to expect. I think I'd come back again, even though we hit most of the climbs that we could do. I think the favourite one that I led has to be the slab that I did, which was the something on fires. My fingers tingle, and occasional cracks where you can get into, and you kind of got to use those and get your feet up really high, and then when you get past all that quartzy stuff, you get all these undercling flakes which you've got to come up really high with your feet close to you, and then you've got to reach up to get other holes which are kind of good but not brilliant, and you just kind of got to keep padding up like that. Just because it was sustained and had some really great moves. Talking about those little pockets and having to kind of do side pulls and underclings and real high steps, and then some really strange square cut quartz crystals that you had to hold on to, which was slimy and slippy, which just added a bit of a spiciness to it. That was the best one.
Yeah, there's some sections of quartz crystal. There's white crystal and there's this really nice orange crystal that we climbed on today. Occasionally a bit nervy, sort of thinking some of them are going to pop out. We did have some holds blow, so that's always on your mind. You know, you're hanging onto these little things, standing on these little things, not sure whether they're going to stay or go.
There's a really big hole, what's called Holy Caboli, and then from that it's easy to get up with a really big jug. Get another big jug, but then kind of work your feet up to a point, only to around there, and then the next foothold's around here, so it's really, really high, and there's nothing above. It's all smeary and slopey, so you kind of got to really crank down. Try and work your foot up onto a hole which is really up by your ear hole. Or did you use that really horrible looking foothold? And then just push off on it. Oh! I felt too long. Come your foothold. My knee over the head. Yeah. And I had to come down and rest on the big holes for a couple of times just to tuck up the courage to do it. You going to be alright to come across there?
Yeah. I'll walk my gear. What do we do? 4 in the morning and about 4 in the Arvo yesterday.
Yeah.
So 8 routes. Today 4 in the morning, and then we did 2 up at Mississippi, and then we went out and got Atmosphere just as the sun was going down tonight.
Atmosphere.
Atmosphere.
It might be in the dark.
was getting dark. So it was very nice.
And I just had to trust those holes weren't going to break.
They don't fill you with confidence, do they?
No, they don't. Sharp though.
Sharp, yeah.
3 days of this is going to kill me. I'll be honest, after the first day, I was really worried. Yeah, they were tender as, but Howsie had some magic balm, which I applied a couple of times that night. And then the second day wasn't too bad, even though we did a fair amount of climbing. They actually didn't feel too bad. But the actual lines and the variability of the features was brilliant. I've really liked the rock changed a lot. It went from a really fine grained granite, and then you get into this crystalline quartz, and then you'd have these really funky underclings and pockets and things where you have to do these weird moves on, and they're these big, as you're supposed to call them, Wacos. I call them Hucos. So a little bit like Bob's Hollow, that bit was. So it's really varied, and yeah, good fun.
Yeah, feeling a bit of pain around the body from yesterday's efforts. So that was a good warm up. Not too sharp on the fingers. We've eaten well. We've eaten very well. Thanks to Lisa. We're nuzzled into a ridge above a sandy bay. And the campsites are very basic, just cleared areas within the scrub. There's not many trees, it's mostly low coastal heath scrub, but the facilities here are fantastic. There's hot water, there's drop toilets, but they're very fancy drop toilets, camp kitchen, there's a lovely warden that comes and checks on you at the campground.
We've just done this beautiful walk up here onto Frenchman's Peak. So as we drove into the park, it was about 5 o'clock on the Saturday. It was a bit of a dark day, and we're coming in, and then we could see this big looming hill on the left hand side of the road, and Wiggins was hanging out the window looking at it as we went past it, and he says, "Oh, I can see right through the middle of that." So we kind of stopped and had a look at it, and it looked like there was a forest underneath a big capping roof on top of the peak. And underneath it, there's no vegetation there, it's all dust, but it's just amazing views through it, and all these swallows or swifts, whichever they are, flying around just having a ball. Yeah, so it's supposed to be a 3-hour walk. I think we got to the peak probably in about 45 minutes tops. So yeah, for us it'd probably be just over an hour up and down if we just did it that way. Beautiful place. We scored with the weather. It chucked it down before we arrived. Like a few days before we got, it was horrible down there, and I think it's coming back in after tomorrow or the day after again, and we've just, as you can see, beautiful. It's been a little bit windy, but it's been absolutely glorious.
Cheers, man. That's going to be awesome. Cool, thanks.